Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. Hi everyone, it's Mike here. So it's time for a brand new mid-month mini mission inspiration over on our Mission Inspiration Facebook group. So I'll put the card or the slide with the letter, the random letter that was chosen by the randomizer machine, and also the list of the words that you can see on screen now, though, so you can choose any one of those words beginning with the letter C, or choose a word of your own, providing it belongs with the letter C for your inspiration, for your project, for the mid-month mini. So I'm going to turn over to my overhead camera, and I'm going to, well, I've got my tag journal at the ready, and I'll show you what I'm going to create for April. Okay, so I've got my 2020 mid-month mini mission tag journal that I'm going to be, well, I've done all of my mid-month minis in so far. So that was for January, then we had February's, and then we had March. So obviously April is going to go on this one. So the letter for April is the letter C, and the words we had were change, cats, cartwheel, copy and creature. So I've decided that for my tag for the month, I'm going to utilise the word cats, creature, but also I'm going to do the whole thing in collage, which is another C word. So what I normally like to do is, I've already got my shape cut out for the tag. It's made from a box of dog biscuits, or kibble as it's also known. I've got some paper that I've cut to relatively the right size, or relative the shape. So I'm going to glue that down to cover the back first of all, because I always forget, and then I'll bring in the collage elements that I want to use for the tag for my cat creature collage. There you go. So I've got 2 or 3 different ones in there, haven't I? So grab a pencil, and I'm just going to draw a line down there. The size of the tag journal is 4 inches by 8 inches, so 8 inches high, 4 inches wide, which is about 100 millimeters or 10 centimeters by about 20 centimeters or 200 millimeters, thereabouts. Approximate sizes, and we don't work in absolutes. Now then, where's my scissors? There we go. Where's my scissors? So I'm going to just cut this roughly on that line that I've just done around the tag, and that should give me pretty much the shape that I want for the back. There we go, a little bit of variation, but that's fine, don't mind that at all. Get some glue. Now I'm just going to use a bit of scratch paper and a glue stick for this. I'm not going mad with matte medium and stuff on this one. It's collage, so I'm just going to use dry glue, or dryish glue anyway, because it'll work. I'm not trying to create anything which is museum quality, so I doubt it'll outlive me, or I'll outlive it for that matter. Okay, so but it does give you a tad, a teeny tiny bit of wiggle room. There we go. So that's one side of the tag completely covered. Don't ask me where the paper's from, because I couldn't tell you. It's a very old one, sent to me in Happy Mail ages and ages ago. Let's have a look. Marion Smith, made in the USA, 2013. I told you it was old. So just give that a push round, and then I'm just going to take the point of my scissors and very gently just poke through the hole, because you don't want to lose. Ow! I know you were expecting that, weren't you? Ow. Okay, just use a brad awl or something like that, a pokey tool, or even once you've got your hole, just push a paintbrush through it. There we go. so that when you cover the other side, you can do the same thing again. So at least you've got at least one bit where you can work out where your hole is. There we go. And just trim that off. That's one side. Okay, so let's do the other. So for the background on this tag, I've printed off from the computer. I just googled woodland scenes and I found a rather nice one which you can get as a free download for a desktop wallpaper. There's thousands of them on the internet, and I like this one because I like the trees, I like the greenery, and it's perfect. So that's what I'm going to use for the front, or the main layer, if you like. Let me get glue on the front. For my collage, the base layer for my collage. There we go, I can barely speak today. So I'm just going to go all the way around. I know I'm going to be cutting some of this off, but that doesn't matter. There we go. Oop. And then just lay that over the top. It's twisting, anti-M. It's a twister. There we go. Come on. Get it before it grabs. That's alright. You can always trim it later, so there we go. Flip that over and then I can just grab my scissors or a craft knife or any kind of sharp implement of your choosing. Yeah. So there's the base for my tag. Already created a kind of lovely little scene. I chose the green paper because it matches the green on the front, so it's just a bit of an abstracty thing. And I just need now, just to give that a little bit of time, just to dry, and then I'm going to disguise the edges with some distressing. So let's just give that a minute or two to set and grab, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so it's had time to grab and dry a little, and I have just gone around the edges with a craft knife and a ruler, just trimming off any kind of excess bits of paper that were there, which we didn't really want. So I've got my vintage photo distressing, and all I'm going to do is just load up. As you can see, I've probably already done that little bit there, just to kind of give it that little grungy edge. And I'm just going to whip round both sides. So I'm doing the front and the back because, you know, just because it's on the back doesn't mean to say we forget about it. Take little bits of paper just coming off there. And this helps just to finish off, get rid of some of those raw kind of edges on the end that we don't necessarily want. You don't have to do this, but I just think it finishes your piece a little bit more. It's like you've thought about it rather than just gone on and done it, giving a little bit of thunk to it. I like this kind of greeny colour. It's almost like a lime green, but it's like a vintage lime green. A chartreuse, almost. Victorian chartreuse. And because it's got roses and like a flower motif, it goes with the kind of woodland aspect on the front. And you can add as much grunge and distress onto the back as you see fit. Distress to taste, I think Mr. Holtz normally says. There we go. Okay, I'm going to keep that handy because we will be using that as well. I'm not going to put the hole in the front just yet, but there's like the base unit for what we want to do next. So I'm going to bring in my first focal image. So I did say I was going to use the word cat and creature, so there is my cat. So just a bog standard picture of a cat downloaded from Google, one of those clip art websites where you get transparent cutout images for free because they don't charge. So got him from there, and there's about 1,000,001 other different images on there that you can choose. PNG for free, I think it's called, or PNG clip art. Now before I stick this down totally, I'm just going to position him, or her if you like, about there. Haven't distressed around the edges because I don't want to distress around the edges. I just wanted the frame. I also want to add some wings to the back of my little puddy cat because he is a cat creature. So I want to do that, and then I'm just going to tuck those in so it looks as though the wings are coming out from his back, or her back, its back. Now I can just push that down onto the tag. And I did say this was going to be a complete collaged piece. So we've now got a little bit. I can take some distress and maybe just go over a little bit just to dirty it up just a tad. I didn't want to go around the edges because I wanted to do a complete surface kind of sepia blend, if you like. There we go. Doesn't need to be a lot. Doesn't need to be a lot at all. So the next thing that I want to do is to add in some mushrooms. Some little mushrooms that are going to go down here at the bottom. So again, this was from the same website that I got the cat from. All you have to do is just do a search for like mushroom or toadstool PNG, and there are loads for you to use in your project. Like I said, there's so many websites out there that let you have these things for free just to download. They exist solely, I think, as platforms for advertising, so you know they've got loads of adverts on them, but you're not going there for that, are you? So stick that down, and then I can just go around again, just over the top, just to surface grunge it. I don't want to go around the edges, but that just kind of ages it a little if you go over the whole thing, but not very heavy. I'll go more towards the bottom because that's where the ground is. And you've got a bit more of a kind of shadow down there at the bottom. There we go. And then I want to add in just a little bit of text. So I've got two little phrases, which I will add some distress around the edge, because I don't want to go completely over the top with this. So just print it off on the computer, and the first one says cat-a-log specimen. Yes, I know, it's cheesy, but nobody said that it didn't. It doesn't have to be, or that you couldn't. Cheesy and corny works for me. So we're going to put that catalogue specimen on there, and then the second piece, I'll just give that a whip round. With the distressing. It's a fairly easy collage, this one, but sometimes it's fun just to have a little play. Okay. And then we've got our little Latin classification, Felis variegata. I like that. That's cute. And that's it. That's all I'm going to do. It's incorporated both the cat and creature. I've got the collage, and I just think it works well enough to not really do anything else with it. If anything, I would maybe just add in a little bit of white splatters, maybe just around. I did get some other bits and pieces, like little snippets, just in case I wanted to add anything in the background, but I don't think it needs it. So they can go now. So I'm just going to do a little bit of light white splattering, just to give you that kind of dust motif effect in the background, which is all it really needs, and it doesn't need a lot either. So I'll put a little bit of that white gesso, mix up some paint, and then just around the edges. I'm just covering the cat's face a little bit, and it will react to the distress ink in some places, but that's okay. There we go. So I'll get this dried off, I'll get this cleaned up, and then I'll be right back. What a mess. Okay, so the little splatters are dry. They've kind of disappeared into the background, which is fine. Don't mind that at all. The white spots on the mushrooms have kind of disappeared a little bit over here where that is. So I'm just going to come back out with, or come back in with one of these Signo white Uniball pens. And I'm just going to go over the little dots. On the mushrooms, just to kind of make them a little bit more prominent. And the other thing that I want to do is just to make the catch light on the cat's eyes just a little bit more, just to give them a little bit more life. There we go. I'm happy with that. I like it. I think it's a cute little art tag, and I don't really think we need to do much more to it. Now somewhere I have got my pokey tool, there it is. So all I have to do is just give that a little push through from that side. There we go. Now I know where I need to go. I can put the point of a pencil through and push back. And because the pencil is, obviously it's like a cone, when you push through, it does auto-center itself, which is good. That'll do. That's all I'm going to do for this month's mid-month mini mission inspiration. So I've got cat, creature, and it's collaged. So I think I've achieved this month. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me put that together. I know it was only quick and short, but what the heck. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have, please remember to give it a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. So all I need to do now is just to add that back in to my tag journal in the correct place in the month. So that's going to go in there for April. And that goes on the back for the remaining few months. There we go. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.